Okay, we have to make this, making this Shabbat emergency recording. We had a hard time trying to get to Shabbat. People try to keep us from having Shabbat every week, and this is no different. They try to interfere. I asked God to punish the people who tried to keep us from having Shabbat even best way that we can. Even though we may have to do it certain ways, we always try to have Shabbat. And I always try to sit by our synagogue and have Shabbat and rest. I love Shabbat. They said one time I got to have Shabbat every weekend like I'm supposed to, and it was time for us to leave that place. I cried, and one Shabbat I cried. Cried when Shabbat was over. It was at that there where we were, beautiful. Is this it? And because I love Shabbat so much, but it said so, and I had to stop to get some food, and we're not supposed to do that unless it's an emergency. And we didn't have food for Shabbat. Mr. said so. Me and the birds love Shabbat. Mr. said so. I have to sit here and we have to catch these criminals to try to hurt us all. And my beloved and street and our beloved royal family always tries to make sure I have Shabbat and things for Shabbat. And when the people try to bring me things for I have money to buy things for Shabbat, even before Shabbat, the people interfere. Basically, which let you do, they chase them away, and it's not correct. So I hate going. We on the store. I hate going in there, and they harass us all the time. Now I have to bring this because it's an emergency, because there's a woman in there that pretends to be Nasika. Nasika's not on the earth now. Basically said, and the person showed up when Nasika was murdered. Nasika really was an angel, so God said they tried to kill Nasika, but they couldn't kill Nasika. We'll tell you a little bit more about Nasika. Okay, Nasika, really not Nasika or Nasika or Nasik, but cherubs only live like about 4 years on the earth when they come, and they have no genitals. They don't have male or female genitals, and it's flat. Space I said, so we had to try to like hide, and by the time they're 4 years old, they're speaking highly intelligently. As I said, and Nasika was gonna, we didn't know, but we're just prepared Nasika for school. Not really Nasika. So but when it was time when the cherub knew it was time for them to go, Nasik, we say Nasik, because it really didn't have any genitals. It was flat, so nothing there, and so basically said so. And that was also how we knew that it was a cherub, and it was going to, and she was, and the cherub was going to go back, and so basically said, and so back to heaven. So basically said so. It was part of the guard particle study. Our beloved Abaddon Nasik, Prince Publius of Greece, wanted to prove his part of the guard particle team that angels come to visit like Abraham, like they came to visit Abraham. That's also proved because it said there that you're part of being beautifully blessed by God. And so, and the seeker always comes, and the seek. This cherub always comes to our family. But so we just let you let it too. So, we want to explain that to you too. So now we're telling you that now. So the person in the store, after the cherub that came to us, and we told you we tried to hide its identity from the people. It's just that calling it Nasika, and giving it a name that could actually be male or female. It just said, and after the mother that bore Nasika, so it just said, it showed up. This first when Nasika was Nasika was murdered, we know the Secret of America ran over the cherub, as I said, and we told the angel, you're gonna pay for that, as I said, and they didn't want to pay for that. There was this grown up that came a few weeks later and had a scar on his stomach. See, it was Nasika, and it grew up fast. Things happened fast in heaven. I was a little girl. I ran and told our family, and they're like, "Who did that to you? What crazy person did that to you?" Because we knew that it wasn't true. So this other one at the grocery store shows up too, and everybody knew that it had something to do with the death of the cherub, or with the cherub leaving, Nasika leaving like that. And they tried to get somebody that looked like that, kind of like, but they thought it would look like both of them. One was like a more Beyonce looking one, and this one too is short and fat and kind of round, and it's all wrong because I said these are devil people that did the devil things. And so basically said, and it tells people that's who it is, and it's not. And every time I go in the store, the other workers scream at me and holler at me and say, you see blah 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 like that. They're not workers or employees of ours. Because said, if I own part of the store, they're really criminal. And so one yesterday just mostly about cutting his throat, like cutting at his throat, like they're going to cut my throat to start attacking me verbally in the store. It's incorrect. So they would try to get so I had a picture of Nasika inside on me, and I showed. I said, "You don't look like this," because I said, and Nasika never grew long hair. Is it? It was short and fuzzy, shorter than that, but fuzzy hair. But so just want to let you that too. And it could get straight, without a chemical, but we just and so nothing like that. But we want to let you know that people still identify people at graves. And they'll go to a gravesite and try to take back somebody's identity. So if this person doesn't know where the gravesite is, doesn't know anything about Nasika's parents that helps you to be born on this earth with the help of God, doesn't know anything. They try to steal identities of people. So we know that that's a criminal. And it has something to do with the secret criminal service of America running Nasika over. The day that it happened, Nasika knew that Nasika knew it was going to go back. And I said, can't you ask God, not the day that happened, but before, I said, can't you ask God that you can stay longer? We want you to stay. And this is how the cherub answered, that it had its orders from God, and it's to obey and do as God has said. And we have to try to can't you act more like a little kid? Because they'll know that there's something wrong. We had to talk to the cherub like that, because it was fully grown at age 4. But it wasn't let you too. But we'll let you know about the genitals. So it always comes to visit us. The angel always comes to visit us. Basically said the cherub and cherubs don't have any genitals. They don't. They're usually male. So we'll let you that too. So So now this other one shows up, this fat one. Everybody knew that it has something to do with having secret criminals run the cherub over in the square. As I said, as Testons hung out, we stopped the clock at the time that it happened, and the cherub knew that it was going to have to go back soon anyway. But it's just how the Americans tried to kill it. We wanted to run over its reproductive system so that it could reproduce anything that didn't have genitals in the front. They said we're going to let you know that too. So. That's what the man talked about when he ran Nasika over. When it ran that's wrong to say that, when it ran our cherub over. This is it. So and talked about gave a long speech, nasty, dirty. But we're letting you know now that there was nothing there, because that's the way cherubs are, but they're usually male. Okay, so now the person inside there is really criminal. They upset me and everything, and I just had to see the God Particle team won $1 million. And so these are all things part of the God Particle team. And we help them to prove that God exists. And we didn't get any money because we don't need any money. We wouldn't want it anyway. But the team that wanted to prove that, they won $1 million. So we just want to let you too. So obviously it's real. And now she got the credentials to prove that God exists. Our book of God is God alone. So just we're Jews. So to let you know that too. So now we wanted to explain that to you. So now they're harassing me on the store and telling all these lies. But we know that it's trying to take the identity of somebody somebody that's gone and trying to take money. Now, and so basically we know this is what they're trying to do, because eventually the person said it would try to take my identity too. And they tell me I'm crazy and blah 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 blah. I'm not the crazy one, but you got caught trying to take the identity of something you didn't know anything about, and it didn't have any genitals in the front, male or female. So now also, and it was big. That person was big like that when I was a little girl. About our abduction, it said it would kill me and take my identity. Also, and so it was big like that. It's old. You can tell it's old. It's in there now today, this morning. So I hate going there and store anytime, and I own it. And so when I walk out and there's still harassing, I'm telling people I have to have my Shabbat. I'm going to have my Shabbat, and what happened on the inside. We own cats and dogs too. Then this one comes out telling me I'm calling somebody, blah blah. Get away. Never ever said anything before. But they know that we own cats and dogs. And when we named it, my blood kept to me. I said, cats, dogs, and it's always dogs and cats. It should be cats and dogs. It's in alphabetical order. My blood said. So we named it like that. So we just let you that too. So the other thing we want to talk to you about, Shabbat. We thought it was an emergency kind of because people try to take your identities. People try to take people's identities. People are not on the earth anymore, and so we have to watch our family who was hurt. We look at Nasika's a birth mother that helped her to be born, because because they tried to destroy things of hers, and we look. Auntie Nasika ROTHSCHILD, we found a website made up in no picture, and she has a rare name. The criminals over there did that. There's something wrong with that, and so it's like Dad said. That's a Photoshop picture of my beloved ROTHSCHILD's birth dad. That's him, and that's my birth mother, and she's their Photoshop. And see, I couldn't even walk. See, I have booties on. I'm Photoshopped too, but I couldn't walk at the time. And so, but we have other pieces. When I get a chance after Shabbat, we'll show you other things. But just can't wait to show you a picture of our beloved dad, and my birth dad, and Abadot Nasik Prince Ali Khan, posthumous, because the real Jemima was shot by the fake Jemima. I just want to let you so, and so we just want to let you know that too. And also I saw that Rita, and it said it's a that's the fake Rita, but she was trying to be with my birth dad. Because so she was wrong too, because she wasn't around, because she didn't have anything. But she nobody ever saw any baby. Because she said they were criminals. She was they were actors trying to take things from us, from the American government. And Dad said, when he showed me the Photoshop photographs, he said, now look, he said, nobody can do anything about your fingerprints. He said, and we have to do this. He said, because they're not taking because they're not taking our identities or our things, and they're not taking our things that we have in our kingdom, and they're not hurting our people. So my beloved Rothschild's birthday, he explained to me like that. This is it. And so it's it, and so we don't let you do that too, but we're real. And nobody would ever going to do that if there's a real person to tell you about the photographs. Because they were done so I could tell you, prove that I'm the real one. And also Persians are rare. Now Persians are rare. So basically, and I'm the rarest. Basically, I was born with emphasized. My mirror in the bathroom's not photoshopped. Because we looked at it too, and also my fingerprints are photoshopped because they're on my hands. And so we're the only two people born like that. And my beloved keeps feet. My first cousin has white skin. Okay, and we look, our fingerprints like we should have slanty eyes, and I'm the only one like me, and I have Asian fingerprints. I don't have slanty eyes, and we're first cousins. Our beloved Rothschild's relative Leon, is Leon Wang, but he's actually Leon Rothschild's. His birth father, my birth father, and my beloved birth mother, they're sister and brothers. And he says, I got the fingerprints and he got the face. His mom married her first cousin too. She's a Chinese royal princess, so doing that too. Okay, so now thing you want to say. So that's what Dad said about the photographs, because it said, but he actually had red hair and blue-gray eyes. That's a family trait, the eye color, as I said. And so we just want you to learn that too. And I mostly got my amethyst eyes from Dad's blue-gray eyes, as I said. And so we just and Auntie Masika, Elizabeth Taylor said she thought I got my amethyst eyes from her violet eyes. So we just wanted to let you know she's a blood relative. So we just want to explain that to you too. So now we know that the bad people try to hurt us all. We're telling you that they try to hurt everybody, and they're still harassing and trying to do things. And they don't believe that we told the international police that, minus the bad people over there to try to hurt us all, that they try to do stuff to our family, our beloved royal family, and try to take our things, to take the identity of our beloved royal family members, and try to take our things, or take the identity of our beloved royal kinsmen and sister people, and they try to take their things. But they don't let you do that too. So Persians are rare in 282, and also Japanese are rare, and also China proper, Chinese are rare. And when it said that you know too, people are rare. The people, there are not that many, excuse me, real people on the planet, because the Bible says it. People, excuse me, we have the time where it mentions in the Bible that men will become scarcer than gold. Man will become scarcer than gold. We're like that now because what the Nazis did. Humans are scarcer than gold. And so now, and all of us will make it. We're the ones that God made. And we're Jewish. It's about all of us with us, my beloved Rothschild family, my beloved Kibbutzz Beat and I, all our beloved royal family members. We're real. We're made by God. All of us are Jewish. The ones that we're telling you about our family members, our beloved royal family members, are Jewish. And also, Mosaic law is for all time and forever. And we couldn't wait for it to come to them. It shows that we live forever. And our people will hurt. Will come back, and God will and they'll live for eternity too. So we just want to let you too. Now, try this careful learn. We'll talk to you as soon as we can. And it'll be after Shabbat that we talk to you.